So phase 4 is all about leverage, and this is where hiring a team comes in, having setters, closers, and I'm not talking about a big team. I'm talking about a lean team that's actually effective. Hey there, my name is Nick Tam with Consulting Profits, and today I'm going to talk about how I started a 7-figure consulting business from scratch and the exact steps of how I'm going to grow this new offer to $100,000, eventually to $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 per month, and walking you through that exact process. So real quickly here, this is a screenshot of one of my payment processors that was just for this consulting business. So you can see I essentially did $1,436,452. And then that netted me after fees and everything like that, just under $1.4 million. All right, so pretty good considering I grew this offer from scratch. And that's cool and all. That's really, really cool and all. But what I care more about, especially right now, in kind of this season of where I'm at, is I'm past the grinding, right? With my agency, I was grinding super, super hard to grow that to $100K per month, and we hit it, but it wasn't sustainable in terms of, the business is sustainable, but in terms of like how much effort, how much grind, I had to put into it to sustain that was very difficult. So the nice thing is with a consulting business is much more leverage, takes a lot less time, and you're way more, your clients are going to get better results. Everything's more customized and you have to work a lot less. So it's just less stressful. I didn't get out of a 9 to 5 or things like that just to be more stressed in my own business. So if that's how you're feeling, you might want to consider pivoting your business to a consulting business. Okay, so this is great if you're an agency owner or a coach and you feel like you're kind of at a race to the bottom right now where it's just getting harder to get clients. Clients just aren't happy, and they basically just want to penny pinch you. And it's not really the client's fault because there are just a lot of offers out there right now. So consulting allows you to pivot and frame your offer and position your offer a lot differently, but also allowing you to actually have way more leverage for yourself. Okay, so if you're still grinding, right, and you love the grind and you love working 60 to 80 hour weeks, I commend you. I did that for years. But right now I'm at a point where, like, honestly, I only work maybe 3 to 4 hours a day. I create content and do the things that I like. So after this, I'm going to go golfing, right? And I've been golfing probably anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week. That's literally just like what I do, what I enjoy. I like being outside and just having fun golfing. And I also just got back from a 3-week trip in Greece and running my business the old way, which is kind of doing it more how the gurus tell you, right? Starting an agency and things like that was a lot more stressful. I think it's still a great way to make a bunch of money, right? But if you want to build something that you're not going to get burnt out from and you're able to sustain long-term, then I really think consulting is going to be the next phase of a business for you. And that's basically what I'm going to show you guys is how to actually structure your consulting offer and how I actually pivoted. So I'll take you back to kind of when I first started my agency, which is in 2018. And it was really awesome, right? It was super exciting. And previous to that, I had kind of like a small house painting company in the summers in between, university and things like that. So, or while I was in university, but in between, during the summers, in between school years. So I had some kind of experience in terms of like running a small business. So I really thought jumping into agency was going to be really, really easy. But that turned out not to be true. So in 2018, my agency was targeting anyone and everyone. I thought I could just go out there. I didn't want to niche down because I thought if I niched down, it would be quartering myself into one market. And I was so wrong about that. So I was targeting anyone and everyone. I was offering multiple services, like literally from website design, SEO, Facebook ads, Google ads, like whatever you name it. It was pretty much anything I could make money at. The problem with this is that this led to me needing to hire contractors or, experts who actually could fulfill on these things because there's just no way that I would be able to do it myself. So essentially I positioned my agency as a jack of all trades and a master of none. And when you're a jack of all trades and a master of none, well, one, you can't be good at anything. So fulfillment is just going to be bad across the board. You're not doing anything good. You're not able to iterate and make your service better or anything like that. As a result, you're going to lose clients and you're not able to scale. So I was on the churn and burn kind of roller coaster. I was getting one client, losing one client, getting one client, losing one client, and I just wasn't profitable. So then I was like, screw this. I ended up buying into courses, mentorships, things like that. And all the advice was to niche down. So I decided to niche down into roofers. And this single-handedly changed my business. When I started niching down into roofers, and then I cut all services out and only focused on Facebook ads and created a high ticket offer around this, right? Anywhere between $2,000 to even upwards of $5,000 a month, I was charging roofers. All right. Now, in that time, that was very, very normal to charge those kind of prices just simply for lead gen. Nowadays, it's a lot different. So you're going to have to add more to your offer if you're just in your agency. If you haven't checked out my other videos on how to create offers, you can do so after this video because, yeah, times have changed since then. So ended up scaling up to about $100,000 a month in 2020. Then COVID hit. And that's when things really, really changed. So just in about, overnight, we had like 80% of our campaigns paused, right? Eventually some people came back and things like that, but it was a really scary time. But prior to that, we hit $100,000 a month. And I was super, super burnt out from grinding so hard to hit that. And it was great money, but I was stretched really, really thin. I had ton of moving parts, and it was just a very complex business. So from the outside looking in, it was great. It was very fantastic. But it was, from the inside out, it was really, really stressful. And there's just, like I said, a lot of moving parts, and I was spread really thin. So then COVID hit. And this is kind of when I knew I needed to pivot, and I started thinking about all these different offers that I could start. But COVID hit and 80% of our campaigns paused, right? As in, a lot of clients weren't sure what was going to happen, if they were going into lockdown or what was going on with their business or things like that. Everyone was just freaking out, right? So when all those things paused, I was like, and this is how I knew something was wrong, is it was a sigh of relief. I was like, wow, it's actually nice that we actually get to pause for a little bit. And then that's when, I realized I was starting to burn out and all those things. So with that being said, that's when I started launching consulting offers, small time consulting offers and things like that, and eventually scaled those up. So I'll take you through a couple iterations of different offers I launched. So just to kind of recap, with the agency, it was pure done for you. It was literally just straight done for you offers. Okay. So this was like lead gen, Facebook ads, things like that. And there was no consulting. So that's when I decided, okay, you know what? Everyone's campaigns are paused and things like that. So this gives me time to kind of think about the next offer I want to launch. So then I launched an offer called Digital Contractor. And this was a consulting based offer for home service business owners. And basically, instead of just offering lead gen, we'd help them out with multiple parts of the process, from helping them hire setters or training their setters and things like that, and helping them with the sales process. Then I brought in, someone who ran a really big time house painting company who could help out with financials, profitability, and coaching them on sales. So we literally basically turned from just a done for you lead gen offer to basically me bringing in a consultant to help me consult these business owners. All right. So I was very good at the lead gen side, and I already knew a little bit about home services from my previous house painting and things like that. But what I did, and this was the best thing I could leverage, was someone else's knowledge, right? Of who ran a really big house painting company to like multiple seven figures, right? So he knew what he was talking about. So I was able to basically still provide all the done for you stuff, all the lead gen and things like that. But then this consultant would help them out with every other part of the business. So if they struggled with closing the leads, this consultant will help them, close the leads and teach them how to actually work the leads in the right way, improve their sales process. If they were closing the leads, but they weren't profitable, this consultant would help and basically audit their financials and ensure like they were profitable, figure out where they were losing money. So that's the really, really crazy part, is that I was doing the same thing. I brought in this consultant as leverage, and they were helping me out in terms of getting my clients better results. And as a result, I was able to charge so much more money, right? I had higher profit, better results for my clients, and it was less time for me. Like I didn't have to do as much. I had the lead gen thing down pat, basically I had a VA doing majority of it. Okay. So it was way, way less stressful. And that's when I first learned about consulting, was many, many years ago. And that offer scaled up to over $100,000 with ease. And I didn't need that many people a month signing on to hit that level, because the offer was so damn good and it was a very unique offer, right? So I would highly encourage you thinking about ways you can create your offer and take your current done for you business, or your done with you business, your current coaching business, and figure out how you can add consulting to it, which is just customized solutions for your clients, right? Basically helping them every step of the way to eliminate any parts of the process where it won't help them, where they're basically going to be obstacles from point A to point B. Point A being where they currently are, point B being where they want to go. And that is how you launch a successful consulting offer, right? But it's higher leverage and it's way, way better for your clients as well. And as a result, I was able to travel around the world and stay in some crazy places and have a lot of fun running my business, not just hate my business all the time. So I was able to build systems and things like that, right? So anyhow, I won't go on too much about this offer. The next offer I launched was another consulting offer, which you guys might have heard about or maybe seen. And this was called Agency Profits. All right. So this is where we basically helped people launch a marketing agency. And I would eliminate every step of the way to help them launch a marketing agency. So this was primarily for beginners. Okay. So we worked with a lot of people who had no experience, 9-to-5ers, people who where I started out when basically I started my marketing agency, and I basically showed them how they could quickly scale to $10,000, $20,000 a month using a marketing agency as a vehicle. And this offer was hot because at the time, no one was really doing it well. And there's a lot of crappy programs and things like that out there. So we literally had the best program, the best consulting program for people who wanted to start their own marketing agency. And this grew to over 800 people in our community. So I've literally helped over 800 people launch their own marketing agency and see success from it. And it was really, really fun because we'd help them choose their niche, we'd help them craft their offer, and we'd implement our prospecting systems. We consult them on their fulfillment. We even implemented my systems, my fulfillment systems into their business. And we actually ended up, part of the offer was us even doing all their ads for their clients on behalf of the people starting their marketing agencies. So we literally eliminated every part of the way from someone going from a 9-to-5 to having a successful agency where they're making over 10K a month. And we did this for over 800 people. And it was a really, really great offer. And it was really leveraged as well. So this grew to multiple 7 figures. As you can tell, you can do the math on how much that would be with over 800 people in this offer. And it was a really, really awesome time. So I really enjoy it. And we still have this offer today. We're changing certain parts of the offer, and I'm actually going to be pivoting to a new offer. And with this new offer, I figured it'd be really cool to document how I'm going to take this offer to $100,000 a month and show you how I'm building it out and what I'm actually going to be doing. All right. So this new offer is going to be called Consulting Profits. And this is basically how I'm going to show you how to add consulting to your business, right? And basically scale up to $100,000 a month with less time, more leverage, and actually being more fulfilled in your business. So you're not feeling like you're grinding all the time, with simplicity. My goal is not to be complex. To grow So even for AP, right? There was a lot of complexity in it, and I've learned a lot from growing an offer to multiple seven figures with 800 people. You can imagine there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of team, and people that are working and things like that. So my goal is to show you how literally with just yourself and a VA, you can grow a consulting business to over $100,000 a month. And my goal is to take this business to probably around $200,000 to $300,000 per month in the next few months. And then I'll reevaluate from there if I feel like scaling or if I want to keep it there and just be, super profitable, lean, not a crazy team or anything like that. So just to give you some context, we launched this offer about, a month and a half ago, something like that, 6 weeks ago. And we did a soft launch and did over $150,000 in my launch to basically trial this offer out. So this gave me confidence in this offer because obviously it's needed, or else, no one would have bought it. So it's proof of concept, right? So that's the most important thing when it comes to an offer. Are people going to pay you to actually buy this offer, right? If you do a soft launch and no one buys it, that's great feedback as well, because it means your offer sucks. But if people actually buy it, then it's proof of concept. It means you can actually work on this offer and improve this offer now that it's proven and make it 10 times better, and then go and scale with it. So that's basically where I'm at now, is like I'm working with these people who joined the trial. And essentially what I'm going to be doing is working with them intimately on a one-to-one level, helping them build out proper systems, SOPs, and all these things, and documenting the whole process. So as I document this process, I'm going to create this and leverage it as my consulting offer, right? Because as I build this stuff out with each of my clients, there's going to be certain patterns, things that they need. And that is how you are going to actually build out a really successful offer. So I'm documenting all these things, and we've had some crazy results just in the last month and a half, people 4Xing their business, person hitting $45,000 or $50,000 a month in their business, things like that, right? Very, very quickly. So I'm documenting all these things that are working, documenting the things that aren't working, and basically creating a offer around it that I can leverage. And then basically from there, I'm going to build this offer out and scale and take it to $200,000 to $300,000 per month. So the whole premise, and I'll break what the concept of this offer is and how I'm going to build it out. And then basically I'll just keep you guys updated on how this all is going to play out. All right. So Consulting Profits is basically here to essentially show you how to launch a leveraged consulting business to $100,000 per month. Right. And there's going to be essentially a few phases to being able to do so successfully. So when we talk about how you can actually go from point A to point B, if you follow the phases, right? My goal is to basically take someone from point A to point B, very systematized, following these phases. All right. So this is how it's going to work. So if you're an agency or a coaching business right now, you're going to kind of see what consulting means when I go through this offer, because a consulting offer is almost a hybrid of the two. Okay. So just keep that in mind as I go through this. So phase one is going to be onboarding, right? This is where we're going to audit and essentially check out what systems they have, or if they don't have any systems, implement systems and CRMs. So this is going to be super important for pipeline management, things like that. Okay. On that note, we're also going to do market research with them and basically look at their competitors and say, okay, this is what your competitors are doing. This is how the offer landscape has changed in the last, year or two. Here's what you need to do to basically be able to make your offer significantly better than all your competitors. And that's where market research really comes in handy, because it allows you to figure out, okay, these are the things that are working well in the marketplace. These are the things that aren't. And as a result, that's where you can start to create a really strong offer. Okay. So that's when we'll come in and we'll also do a one-to-one offer creation session and consult. So that's really phase one, is just helping you build a really, really strong offer. Okay. Then once you have a good offer, phase two is implementing our organic marketing. So I mentioned we did $150,000 in my launch. So we didn't do that by running paid traffic. And the reason why is because I don't want to spend money and risk money unnecessarily when I can implement organic marketing and essentially prove that I can make money organically first. Because if you can make money organically first, then it's very likely that it's going to work on paid ads. And I'm going to break down, kind of the funnels and things like that in some point on these trainings as well to kind of show you what's working. I still have a marketing agency and we've pivoted to more of a consultancy with it in the home service space still. We're running paid ads right now at a 10x ROI. So if you just literally change your ROI, you literally change your offer to consulting, all right? You implement organic marketing to prove your offer and you run paid ads to it, you're literally going to see 10 times better results than if you just took it straight to paid traffic. All right. So that's essentially what I'm going to teach someone if they join this, right? And basically walk them through how to implement organic marketing, how to actually make money for free, and then use that money and roll it into paid ads, right? And then in the process of this in phase 2, I'm also going to hire them a VA as well and basically train the VA to basically take all menial tasks, admin tasks, things like that off the business owner's hands. So that way the business owner can focus on the things that are actually going to move the needle. And the goal by phase 2 is to already close their first 3 to 4 clients in 30 days, typically between a $5,000 to $10,000 offer. So really on the low end, it should be like a $15,000 to $20,000 a month in sales in the first 30 days, okay? Leveraging the right systems. Phase 3 is kind of like where we start to scale. Okay, so this is where we implement paid ads, we implement the ecosystem funnel, and we start to help them build the ecosystem funnel. Okay, this is a very complex funnel, but it's bulletproof for years to come. Okay, and then on top of that, implementing sales call reviews to make sure that we're not wasting any sales calls and that they're closing at a very, very high rate. So if we can implement just these 3 phases already, that's $100,000 per month business. Okay, so we want to take it to the next level and set them up for a leveraged business. So phase 4 is all about leverage. And this is where hiring a team comes in, having setters, closers. And I'm not talking about a big team. I'm talking about, a lean team that's actually effective, right? I've had big teams and trust me, like it's way easier to have 3 to 4 A players versus like 10 to 12 B and C players. Okay. So it's all about having a really, really strong team around you. So that way you can leverage and start to really, scale this up. Okay. And then that's how you're going to scale up to $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a month if you choose to. Now, phase 5 is more about community. Okay. So it's all about the one-to-one and community support. So phase 5 is kind of coupled throughout all of these phases. So phase 1 to 4 is really about kind of like building out the implementations and taking you from point A to point B. And phase 5 is our kind of support systems. So this is where we have a really high level community. So only certain amount of people will get in. We vet anyone who comes into the community. And the reason why is because this is more like a mastermind, right? We're doing live events every single year. We're going to do 2 live events. We're hosting our first one in September. And we want the right people in the room. To be quite frank with you, I don't want, people who are going to kill our vibe, who aren't a culture fit, who aren't going to bring each other up, right? So it's going to be a high caliber community. And basically with that being said, we also are going to have a high caliber CSM. So this is going to be a customer service manager who is there every step of the way with you to basically ensure that from phases 1 to 4, you're able to implement it. So that is our leverage consulting offer that I'm building out right now. It's not done. And this offer is something I've, just put together and I'm still building it out. It's very likely it's just going to go through a couple iterations, right? As I'm working with this current group of people who joined my beta, and it's very, very likely that by the end of the beta phase for them, I'm going to actually build all these things out and this offer will change. I'm probably going to add certain more done for you elements. I'm going to add in more done with you elements. I'm going to add in more coaching and things like that, digital trainings and all these things, right? So the deliverables and all those things fundamentally will probably be, very similar to this, but I might add certain things just to make the offer better and make it easier from someone to go from point A to point B. So that's my consulting profits offer, and essentially how I plan to scale this to over $100,000 per month and scale it to $200,000 to $300,000 per month in the next few months. So I'll keep you updated on how this offer is going, and hopefully this is something you guys can model, right? Especially if you're an agency owner right now. Like, this is something I'm doing for agency owners and coaches, but we've also implemented this model like for the home service agency that I currently own as well. And I highly recommend you do that, because right now, all offers are commoditized. If you run a coaching business, I mean, there's stuff on YouTube. I'm putting out stuff on YouTube completely for free. And a lot of the stuff on YouTube are honestly better than the stuff in courses. Okay, so you're at a race to a bottom if you're just selling a course with some coaching. Okay, and you're just selling information. If you're an agency owner, well, done for you can be done by anyone, right? Like, there's literally freelancers who are undercutting you. There's VAs who are undercutting you, who can do what you're offering. So you need to add more. How are you going to add more to your offer to actually build leverage? So if you need any help with that, please comment below. If you need any support, I'm happy to give you any support that you guys may need. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. You know, this is more of kind of behind the scenes look of an offer I'm currently creating. And hopefully this makes you super excited. I'll keep you guys updated as to when it all launches and what this all looks like. Nice thing is, I'm in a position where I only want to work, you know, a couple hours a day on this. So I'm building it very intentionally. This isn't me building it out in a way where I'm just trying to get it to the market right away because I need to create an offer. This is something that I really enjoy, and I love working with businesses like this. So I'm going to take my time to actually build this offer out and make it right. You know, do it the right way as a business should be built. It shouldn't be just built to rush. So now that we have our MVP, you know, we are minimal viable product and we're beta testing everything, I can really take my time without the pressure financially or the pressure of needing to pay a team or anything like that to really build this out in a way that's actually going to be an amazing service and product. And I'm really, really excited about that. So super excited to keep you guys updated on those things. And again, if you haven't already, please subscribe for more content like this. And let me know if you like this type of content, which is a little bit more behind the scenes. With that being said, I'm headed to the golf course now, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.